Welcome back again. Marcus Rashford is yet to rediscover his form from last season. But the attacker remains United's most dangerous player and will have a big say if he's in the mood. As for Palace, they will look to Ebereki Eze for inspiration on Saturday. The playmaker is high in confidence after his England call-up and will look to pull the strings as a number 10. Meanwhile, Man United look like they have some options now with the return of Mason Mount from injury. Sofiane Amrabat is also match fit and will be hoping for a go in midfield. Scott McTominay and Christian Eriksen are available again after battling illness, but Lisandro Martinez and Sergio Reguilón are both absent. As for Palace, there will be no second start against his former side for new goalie Dean Henderson. The stopper went off injured on Tuesday, with Sam Johnstone certain to start this weekend. Palace are still without fellow new arrivals Matthias Franca and Jefferson Lerma, while Michael Olise continues to recover from his long-term injury. So, Man United could be forced into a defensive reshuffle when they take on Crystal Palace tomorrow. The Red Devils host the Eagles for the second time in under a week, following Wednesday's 3-0 Carabao Cup win. But United's backline could look quite different as Erik ten Hag was handed a double injury blow today. Star center-back Lisandro Martinez has been ruled out of action for an extended period after aggravating his metatarsal injury from April. And loanee Sergio Reguilón is also ruled out with an injury. Meanwhile, Ten Hag gives blunt response to Sancho question, Eric. Ten Hag looked visibly annoyed after being asked about Jadon Sancho at his latest press conference. The Manchester United manager was once again asked about the winger as he spoke to the media on Friday. Ten Hag was speaking ahead of Saturday's home Premier League clash with Crystal Palace. However, one question regarding Sancho appeared to ruffle the Dutchman's feathers as he gave a blunt answer in response. Asked about the chances of Sancho resurrecting his United career, Ten Hag shook his head and replied, "Many of you ask me so often this question, and I have said everything." The reporter then followed up by asking how long the situation can go on for. "What I have said everything," reiterated Ten Hag, again and again. Man United are set to offer midfielder Hannibal Mejbri a new contract to fight off interest from Sevilla, a report claims. The 20-year-old has impressed Erik ten Hag this term, and the boss is ready to extend his stay at Old Trafford. Mejbri returned to Man United in the summer from Birmingham City and has taken advantage of both Jadon Sancho and Antony being unavailable. His hard work has paid off as Ten Hag's side are lined up to offer a bumper new contract, according to transfer guru Fabrizio Romano. But La Liga giant Sevilla have been tipped off to have interest in the Tunisian international. Elsewhere, Man United and Newcastle have sent scouts to watch La Liga star Javi Guerra. The 20-year-old Valencia ace is garnering attention across Europe and has now seemingly caught the attention of the Premier League duo. According to Marca via Football España, scouts from both Man United and Newcastle attend every match the youngster plays in. Again and again, Antony's return will not be a distraction for Manchester United, according to boss Erik ten Hag. United have made Antony available for selection again, despite the winger still facing allegations of physical assault. Antony attended an interview with Greater Manchester Police yesterday, where the 82 million star was questioned by detectives over 5 horse. United initially granted Anton a leave of absence on full pay to deal with the allegations against him made by his ex-partner, Gabriela Cafalin. Antony was dropped from Brazil's squad when the allegations surfaced, and United took the same action, with the 23-year-old missing their last 4 games. But United have decided to bring Antony back into the fold, although he will not train with the squad today and will not be available for tomorrow's Premier League game against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. United released a statement confirming Antony's return, with Ten Hag commenting on the winger's predicament ahead of tomorrow's Premier League clash with Palace. "We made the statement, so I refer to the statement," said Ten Hag. "Everything has been made clear in the statement. No, I don't think it's a distraction. We will focus on the games. He will do as well." Again and again, The injury updates in United team as it is announced by Erik ten Hag in the press conference. Lisandro Martinez and Sergio Reguilón are unavailable for Manchester United's home Premier League meeting with Crystal Palace, which comes just 4 days after the Eagles were beaten at Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup third round. Martinez, who last featured during the Champions League defeat at Bayern Munich last Wednesday, will be out of action for an extended period, after aggravating a previous injury. On loan left-back Reguilón started the games against Brighton, Bayern, and Burnley, but missed Tuesday's clash with Palace due to the minor injury which will also keep him out of this game. While Harry Maguire and Raphael Varane have returned to action in the past week after their own fitness issues, the Reds still have a significant number of defensive absentees, with Tyrell Malacia, Luke Shaw, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka all still sidelined. United manager Erik ten Hag feels the demand on players across football has been too great of late, which is why we're seeing more and more injuries. Every time the schedule is expanding and the load on the players is just too much. It's such a great overload, ten Hag told reporters. Many colleagues of me are already pointing to that, and I have pointed to that as well. But it kept going. We keep expanding the schedule. Players can't deal anymore with this overload, and I think that is what you see across any squad in this moment. On a brighter note, Christian Eriksen and Scott McTominay are back in contention to play at the weekend. The midfield pair were suffering with illness in midweek and were not included in the squad to face Roy Hodgson's side. We have seen some players back on Tuesday, and tomorrow back are the players who were out of the squad for Tuesday: Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen. They are back, added the boss. The boss also confirmed Antony will return to training at Carrington this weekend, after the club provided clarification on the Brazil international's availability. There is no clarity on when our number 21 will be back on the pitch, but when asked if he was comfortable with the former Ajax winger's fitness levels, Ten Hag replied, "I have to see, but I think yes." Kobe Mainoo and his fellow youngster Ahmad are yet to feature this season as they recover from long-term injuries. Again and again. Barcelona have Jadon Sancho and Anthony Martial on their 6-man transfer shortlist. The Spanish champions are also eyeing moves for Arsenal duo Kai Havertz and Jorginho next summer. Barca's financial problems have had a direct impact on their transfer business in recent seasons. In order to manage their issues, the club have been forced to look at free agents, loans, and out-of-favor players from top teams in Europe. According to Mundo Deportivo, they have already applied that approach to their plans for next summer.